I did say he has to play like the Boston Horford now, and not this Philadelphia version who has not been scoring.
Exactly what you said.
And tonight, he gets 15 points. This is exactly what I said.
And I just...
Yeah, you repeat it like you always do.
Reiterated, fool.
How many times have I heard Chris Paul is the best leader?
That's what that would
I heard that 900 times. I don't want to hear it no more time. I'm going to stab you next time you say Chris Paul is the best leader in the NBA. Don't
Come on,
say
man.
it no
Quit
more.
acting like a thug on here.
Philadelphia
I take
he said slug. He didn't say
has beaten the Celtics now.
Chris Paul's the best leader. Chris Paul, we know.
All 3 times this year, and they're 11-1 when they hold teams under 100. They hold Boston to 98 tonight and win it 109-98. The Houston Rockets and Oklahoma City Thunder, as we just showed you the highlights, 113-92 in Russell Westbrook's return to Oklahoma City. We understand that Russell is in the process of making his way to the podium, and we'll hear his post-game thoughts on...
You know what? That last year in Boston, you played like a slug. You were barely making it up and down the court.
Yeah, but when I got home, I looked at my cabinet and I saw 4 things that you will never see.
What's that?
R-I-N-G-S.
R-I-N-G-S.
Yeah.
He said, all right.
Hey, listen, Ed McMahon, why you got to, every time Johnny says a joke, you got to jump?
No, because I looked at, because I looked at my cabinet and saw something you ain't see either.
Exactly.
2 R-I-N-G-S.
Kenny, that's it. 6 Rings. That's the name of our podcast.
That's the name of our new
6
podcast.
Rings.
Still, Dumb and Dumber sounds
6
better
Rings.
than me.
It's better than Steam Room.
Yeah.
No, Steam Room is awesome. You're just a hater, brother.
No, Steam Room.
6 Rings. I like it.
You like that, 6 Rings?
Hey,
what are you guys talking about here that you see on Chuck's hands?
Yeah, Cheeto fingers. Fat boy, look at you.
You have Cheeto fingers?
Fat boy.
That's your,
Manny Petty.
No, it's Cheeto.
What's the stuff you put in?
Or was it the
Cheeto fingers.
was it the strawberry?
No, he was eating. No, Ernie, don't pretend. He was back there eating Cheetos.
Put in your water.
I saw him eating Cheetos. Stop
Oh,
it.
it's like 1 calorie.
Kenny, he was eating Cheetos.
The Mio drink.
No, he wasn't. He was eating baked Cheetos, America. I saw you.
I promise you'll hear from Russell Westbrook on his return to OKC.
I was
It's
eating
not yet.
Cheetos. I was
Take a
eating
break
Cheetos.
and come
Hey,
back.
Alex,
Cheetos.
you're such a thug.
Got our picture on him here.
Oh, whoa, these are kind of cool.
Where are we?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Kenny, you giving me your balls, too, because you don't play golf.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Thank you, Ken.
And got
That's really cool.
my favorite
Here,
number
Chuck.
32 on there.
Thank
I'll take 1 set.
Chuck.
You can have the rest.
Thank you. I'm the only one play golf, me and you, Ernie. Thank
Charles, one thing, be gentle with my balls. Okay?
This is mixed up for my my PlayStation.
Hey, look. I'm not grabbing his balls. You grab it. Go ahead. You just go ahead. They're going to stay right there. You can have them yourself. If you want them, you grab them yourself.
Ernie, Chuck's grabbing my balls.
Hey,
Give me my balls.
hey, Kenny and Shaq, thanks for the balls.
Is this like 10th grade or am I shooting too high? Lower?
Hey, thanks, Ken.
7th? 6th grade. Okay. 5th grade.
Hey,
For
listen.
Shaq and a fool.
They love, oh, my gosh.
Got a lot of balls to talk.
Look at this. All right.
Ernie's face right there.
That's the young.
That was pretty close right there, as a matter of fact. Wrapping things up on inside.
That's going viral, Kenny.
Yeah, man. Balling up tonight.
And so many great memories, great people. Obviously, the best fans in the world because they come with it, and tonight they came with it. And the organization, Sam, Mr. Bennett, you know, they do an amazing job of just making you feel home, and I feel like I was home.
You feel kind of weird going into that visitor's locker room, the home locker room this time?
Yeah, of course, man. I've never been in there. So, I mean, definitely the whole thing is a little weird coming into the building, going there, and even going through that tunnel. But once I got back on the court, I felt like I was back, you know, doing the same thing I've always been doing the last 11 years.
You obviously did homage. You had the Jordans on tonight. Why not, just talk about why you want to do that for the city and just show your gratitude.
Say it again.
You why not your 0.3s?
Yeah.
Just talk about that, paying homage to the city through these sneakers. And
It started with my clothing line. Honestly, that was my clothing line and a gift. I wanted to do something for the city, for the people, and me and my team. We came up with zero regrets and something that I creatively try to figure out what I can do for the city. And I don't regret one thing, being here in Oklahoma City. I don't regret signing back. I don't regret staying here. I don't regret anything that I did here. I feel like I left everything out on the floor every single night and did what I could for the city.
Russell, a lot of great players have come here and moved on. They haven't done that kind of video tribute for anybody. What did it mean to you to be the first one?
It's special. It's a very, very special thing that meant a lot to me, honestly. And coming back here just making me feel like I was very, very appreciated, and I appreciate it a lot.
Russ, after the game, you went over and gave Clay Bennett a hug. I think Aubrey's widow as well. What made you decide that's something you wanted to do?
Mr. Bennett's done a lot for me and my family. He has done things that go unnoticed. He's always very, very supportive of anything I've ever done for the city. While I was here in Oklahoma, the fans here, the people, they never did me no wrong. I have nothing, no bad blood or nothing here in the city from no fans, nobody in the organization, because they gave me all they have and I gave them all I had.
The fans in Oklahoma City showing a lot of respect, wearing these uniforms several times this season as a way of remembering that horrible day in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, great remembrance of them. Shout out to Ashley, who works there at the office, who sent up the uniforms, because those are very memorable. The 95 that they sent us, very memorable.
And I'll say something. We went to that memorial.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most chilling things
Agreed.
that I've ever experienced. It's kind of like we went to the Dr. King Center here in Atlanta, the Civil Rights Museum, but just seeing all the mugshots at Dr. King's thing, but listening to like the tapes and things in Oklahoma City, it was, if you get a chance, I know it's sad and surreal, but if you get a chance to go to that memorial, please go. Anybody who lives anywhere around the world, number one, but especially in Oklahoma City.
This was a night that was well done on several fronts by
first-class organization.
Oklahoma City. The highlights continue with the Portland Trail Blazers and
Are you serious?
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Are we really going to show this game?
Melo coming off a game winner over the Raptors the other night, but he only went 3 for 10 tonight.
Man,
8 points.
Let me tell you something. If you went to see this game, you just can't wait till the Vikings play Sunday.
Maybe a basketball fan.
Come on, dude.
Damian Lillard, you want to see Damian
This
Lillard?
is not a good basketball game. This is two teams that stink.
The 34-28 was the Portland lead.
What do
after
they do, Chuck?
stink. And then Portland gets outscored 31-13 in the second quarter.
I can't believe how bad both of these teams are. I really can't.
Where's Cat at? Cat play?
Cat's been out for 12 games now with a knee.
Wait, they lost by this many without Cat? Come on, Portland.
This guy right here, pull up. Got him.
Bah! Andrew Wiggins, 69-51.
Come on, man. You're down 20 without Big Cat.
Gorgie Dang action for you.
Dang.
Dang, I ain't know you shoot like that.
Dang, man.
And then we'll finish
when I'm
off
watching
with
this game, I ain't saying dang, I'm saying damn.
Noah Vonleh.
Noah Vonleh.
I was wrong about Noah Vonleh.
Sound like an Italian dish,
No.
Come on, Portland Trail Blazers.
Everything sounds like something to you tonight. 116-102, Minnesota wins that. They've won 4 out of their last 6, 3 in a row at home. Portland has lost 7 of its last 9, and they are, they're last in assists in the NBA. The Blazers only had 14 assists tonight.
Well, you have to pass the ball to get an assist.
116-102.
That's ridiculous, Portland.
They're 5-7 now without Cat, Minnesota. Here's John Beilein. You may have heard of him.
Yeah, first of all, I think people need to get off John Beilein's back. to be honest with you.
They had lost 5 in a row coming in. They're in Detroit. Andre Drummond.
This is another game we need to wait to come out on DVD.
Volleyball, I like that.
Andre Drummond, 28 points and 23 rebounds.
Okay, Andre.
I tell you what, man, I love Drummond. Y'all know that. But, man, this Detroit team, I picked them to be good, and I was 100% wrong.
200.
His 10th 20-rebound game of the year.
Is that Dellavedova?
Yes.
Oh, he's still playing. I didn't know he's still playing. Yeah.
Thank you for that aside.
Matthew Dellavedova.
Yeah, Cavs had a 12.
Tristan Thompson rolling, didn't he?
Hey, Tristan Thompson had 35, a career high.
Oh, wow.
He never had a 30-point game.
Oh, slipped out his hands, D-Rose, on that one. Ball slipped.
That was not
So you know what we get? Overtime.
You get more. You get more.
Just when you think things couldn't get worse, they go to overtime.
Go D-Rose.
Rose had 27 on the night. And here comes Darius Garland. And here comes Kevin Love connecting out of the corner.
Oh, that's a good play.
No, it wasn't. Good bad defense, Shaq.
All right, Cavs up 3.
Oh, come on.
Give it up.
Hey, how about double overtime?
No way.
That's cashing.
No. No, the Cavs win at 115 to 112 in OT. They've won both of their overtime games this year. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Maybe they should try to get the
See, their games are too short, man. They need to play 5 extra minutes.
Come on, man.
So they start a 6-game trip with a 115-112 win, and everybody was excited about that one.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's his career high?
Yeah, you hear the music in the back?
Come on, man.
It's the sluggish, rugged bone.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Are
y'all really throwing water on this dude?
No, but you hear the music
It's
in the
been a
back?
rough 24 hours, and so
hear the
here's
music in the back, man.
John Beeline after the game. Come on, man.
I know that these guys, they want to play. We've had really good practices. I think the last month, even though we haven't had the wins that we'd like to have, we've been really playing hard. And we've been playing more together and we're learning, and I think they've embraced that. So that's a really happy. Usually you go into a college locker room and everybody's jumping around. Pro locker room, everybody's chilling, right, after a win. That locker room was hopping around right now. Everybody was really excited, and they're excited. And if they're excited, then coaching staff is really excited, and that's because we want to have fun. And the way you have fun is you win. And we won tonight, and it was a whole lot of fun.
Well, I just got some news for Coach Beeline, but actually people are excited in locker rooms when they win in the NBA. It's just they haven't been doing it in there. Yeah. They do jump around and have fun.
You don't jump around and spray
I'm not
water.
spraying water. But
cut it out.
I just want to.
We got to address the Beeline.
Yeah. Let me explain as before you do that, just for the folks who might be wondering. Okay, so they have a film session, and then at the tail end of the film session, Beeline said the players were no longer playing like a, quote, like a bunch of thugs instead of slugs, which is what he meant to say. And then he's quoted as saying, I didn't realize that I had said the word thugs, but my staff told me later I did. And so I must have said it. I meant to say slugs as in slow moving. We weren't playing hard before, and now we were playing harder. I meant it as a compliment. So he apologized to all the players on that team for the misunderstanding. And
well, let me say this.
Let me go first, Joe.
Okay, sure.
Because I know you're going to be long-winded. If you have to be apologized to for your coach calling you thug, you ain't going to never win. You're soft. Okay? Period. First of all, one, they're not playing like thugs, so I believe him when he said you're playing like slugs. And third of all, stop being so sensitive. I grew up in the 80s.
Would you be offended here?
Listen, I grew up in the 80s. I got called worse than slug. Trust me.
More than thug?
Yes. More than, trust me. Yes. Yeah. So it don't.
Well, and Chuck, you could bring it on home, but the context of what you're saying obviously makes it.
Man up. That's what I'm saying.
The part of what people saying it's racial or not is the context of what he was using. In the context of a basketball locker room, when you have Caspi and Kevin Love and you're calling guys thugs, you're not using it in a racial connotation.
Well, they can play like thugs too.
But playing like thugs would actually be a compliment to a team who's not playing. Who's playing, you would look at it and say they play soft at times.
You ever heard of the Bad Boys?
Right, right. So you would actually, so we all know that he obviously didn't want to say that.
So soft,
but
America.
Apologetic, sometimes you have to be real. Like sometimes you can keep it right, sometimes keep it real, but sometimes you have to keep it right. And keeping it right is like, no, I'm not apologizing because I'm offended the way y'all playing. I'm offended watching, like we're offended as former players watching games sometimes when the Cavs play. We're offended watching certain other teams in the NBA the way they play. So no, you don't have to apologize for the fact of the team is not playing well. Now, if someone took it as in a connotation of racial, if you think about it, it's almost impossible for that to be a connotation.
But if they did, it's not wrong to apologize for somebody.
Hold on, no, but he was emotional about it, making a statement. I would have said it in the locker room and called it a day. I'm not going to say it.
Call it what it is, Chuck.
Who's the one who's selling?
Chuck, call it what it is, Chuck.
Number one, I've never heard a bad word about Coach Beilein, ever. And you know, one thing about basketball, everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody in basketball. I've never heard a bad word about him. And what makes me mad about this whole conversation, he says in his apology, the coaches told me later that I said thugs instead of slugs. So clearly the players, because if they were offended at the moment, they would have said something, right?
Said it right.
Somebody's got to.
I would have stood up and but they didn't do anything. But see, when they think about this, the players didn't say anything when it exactly happened. He had to come back later and say, I made a mistake. But none of the players said anything about it when it happened. So that tells me he just misspoke. But for the Cleveland Cavaliers players to be bitching about him practicing too long, we're watching too much tape, and
we don't like his college style.
Yeah, and we're not working on fundamentals.
This is a move that
you guys have not, with the exception when LeBron James has been in Cleveland, in the last 10 years, you guys haven't won over 20 games. When LeBron James, I saw that stat, I can't forget who I was talking about today. When LeBron James has not been in Cleveland, in the last 10 years, they've never won. I think the magic number was 21. So to be complaining about a coach who's coming in trying to make y'all work on fundamentals when y'all stink, make y'all watch film, make y'all practice hard, this is starting to be a joke.
This was a move to try to get him released, period. Whatever happened to what coaches say to us in the locker room stays in the locker room. How'd it get out? Who said something? And you're right. If you offend me in the locker room, coach, I got to go back at you. Hey, coach, don't
question. Right in the locker room, you're going to say it.
Right there in the locker room.
Every team I've ever been on, championship team,
but they leave,
we would address that right there.
Yeah,
like,
right
Rudy,
there.
whoa, what'd you just call us?
Yeah.
Like, what you just say that? Oh, no, I meant, and he would have said it right there.
He said it right there.
You slugs. Oh, okay, I got you.
But I'm just disappointed in the Cavaliers players trying to get this man fired because they think they're working too hard and they stink. Plain and simple.
Yeah, it's the reason I agree with Chuck. It's too much of a paper trail of other things.
We're practicing too hard.
Yeah, those things lead up to this.
We're watching
now,
too
if this was number one,
come on, man. Come on, man.
It's too much. We know what you're trying to do there. You can fool some of the people.
Let me tell you something, Ernie.
What?
I'm tired of working on this show. We go too late.
Oh.
Let us off early. We've been in here all damn night.
11th win of the year.
Woo! 11. He should get coach of the year.
They win by 3 in Detroit. When we come back, the latest batch of All-Star returns from the fans.
I don't believe we even just talked about it.
You're watching Inside the NBA, brought to you by the Telluride from Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Visit kia.com to learn more.
That is the catchiest theme music around.
Yeah, I like that.
I really do. Welcome to the Steam Room, everybody. We've incorporated live guests. Chris Fowler of ESPN, Jake Tapper of CNN.
Yes. Playing with Tiger in his heyday was incredible.
For you, but not for him.
You were the very first guest picker. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
You were the first guest picker. Chris Fowler is the first guest on the Steam Room. Wow.
And I can't brag about our show because that just make you a
And Ernie, you may or may not know this, but I first met Charles in a Wendy's.
There's a pretty good chance of that. the anchor laugh?
Yeah.
Monica?
This dude ain't getting in my neighborhood.
Big picture, you got 2 14-0 teams. So whatever happens, you're going to see a piece of football history.
You know, I'm an SEC guy, so go LSU Tigers, go LSU Tigers, go LSU Tigers.
Be the next to download the Steam Room, wherever you download
Getting
podcasts.
Chris Fowler and Jake Tapper today, that was the highlight of our 3-episode podcast so far.
Very fun talking to those guys.
Yeah,
today.
thanks, Chris Fowler. Good luck Monday night.
Me and
Jake
Shaq and
Tapper.
I are starting our own podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's being announced.
What's
We'll
going to be
announce
Dumb and Dumber?
No, you already took that
No,
one.
you know it's gonna be called Rings. Something you know nothing about. Something you know nothing
And we only
about.
gonna interview people who champ.
That's right.
It's that time.
Oh.
It's time for
EJ's We Know Stat of the Night.
Presented by no one.
Come on, Ernie.
Unsullied by sponsorship since
1989.
Thank you very
It's
much.
a new year,
Shaq.
though, Ernie. It's a new decade.
That's
come out in style.
Unsullied by sponsorship in this decade. That's really
That's a
good.
shame.
You got a big game coming up there Monday, champ.
We sure do.
Yep.
How can you call him champ? They ain't played the game yet.
No, he's a champ.
Oh.
Where are we
proud
going
of
at you
LSU.
now?
No, he is. He's a champ. 4 times.
4 times.
Okay.
We going at you.
So
we both going at you.
LSU and Clemson. LSU and Clemson Monday night.
It's going to be a great game, great atmosphere. We're at the crib. New Orleans is part of the crib.
Yeah.
24-3.
Oh, my God. Y'all going to score more than 24, and they definitely going to get more than 3.
Okay, 48-6.
Well, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Let's test your knowledge. Hold on, let me make sure I got my stuff. Let's test your knowledge of Clemson and LSU.
Well, he probably shouldn't. He should not know.
Well, yeah.
No, but
I don't know.
No, but here's
Oh,
the
let's
deal.
do it.
I'm just going to show
should
you.
know LSU.
I'm going to show you guys side by side.
Okay,
You tell
got
me
it.
which team they play for.
Well,
now
hold on. This isn't a fair game because.
Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. Which one plays for LSU?
Okay, Trevor Lawrence is touchdown Jesus. I know who that is. He plays for Clemson. Joe Burrow is my guy. I just saw him at LSU when I was down there last week.
Correct. Very good.
Oh, that was pretty good.
All right, now
That was too easy.
Justin Jefferson and T. Higgins.
I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson. He has on the purple sweatshirt. And the other guy, yeah.
That is pretty obvious. Way to go. He's a cop, y'all. He's a cop. He's very observant.
How about this one?
Oh, he got another purple
Travis
shirt.
Etienne and Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Purple
That
shirt.
sounds Louisiana, but I'm gonna go with Travis for LSU and Clyde for.
He's got another purple shirt.
That just means you're wrong.
But no, I said Travis for Clemson.
No, you
And
said
Clyde-
Travis for LSU.
No, he said Travis for
Okay, so
Clemson. He was right.
2 out of
He did.
3.
No, he said Travis for Clemson.
Thank you. Did I say Kenny?
he did.
Yes.
Next, Grant Delpit and Andrew
They're
Booth.
putting purple shirts on everywhere. That's funny.
I see a thing on his collar. Looks like it says LSU.
He looks like
I'm gonna go with Grant Delpit at LSU and Andrew Booth at Clemson.
Yes, correct. And finally, you're doing very well, big fella.
Oh, you know who this is.
Jerron Blossom game and Tremont Waters.
You got to know this. You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you that here's a hint. It's not football.
Kenny, why would you blow the deal?
But he wouldn't. He doesn't.
He played
Clemson.
for Clemson.
I said Clemson.
Clemson. He
Yeah,
played
that's what I mean.
Tremont Waters had a great.
Oh, he played with LSU? Yeah. I never knew that.
Oh, very good.
Thank you.
Basketball. He still didn't know.
Good luck, big